I always wanted to do an organ record. I grew up listening to organ music. My mom used to listen to records all the time. Growing up in Houston, Texas, there was always a lounge or something in the neighborhood where you can hear an organ player playing, an organ band playing. I wanted to make a record that was grooving, giving a nod to that time. And I also wanted to do something a little bit edgier, a little bit more modern, if you want to use that term. That's why I thought about, this great idea of having two sessions, New York and DC. The DC session is probably a little bit more down home, more groovier, And the New York session probably has a little bit more edge, but it still grooves. The flow was kind of natural to take a couple of tracks from the DC session and a couple of tracks from the New York session, and I say, wow, this here is really, matching up very, very well. I think we came up with a nice program. The musicians on the DC session are Bobby Broom on the guitar, Bobby Floyd on organ, Byron Landham on drums, and Sam Turner on percussion. And I chose these musicians because I wanted to play with musicians that had a history of playing with the organ. Bobby Broom has his deep blue organ trio. He has his own trio now, so he's played with organ bands for years. Bobby Floyd is a great organ player from Cincinnati, played in church. He's the go-to guy for organ in that area. And Byron Landham has played with so many great, Shirley Scott, Joe DeFrancesca. The list goes on of all the organ players that Byron Landham has played with. And Sam Turner, he can play anything. He can play any type of music. He has a great ear, and I just love what he brings and the colors that he adds to the session. On the New York session, I have Pat Bianchi, Paul Bollenbeck, and Louis Nash. Pat Bianchi, he plays with everybody, he has his own group, he has several records out. He's one of the first call guys out of the young guys that are playing organ now, and very, very creative in that style and free in that style. Paul Bollenbeck also played with Joey DeFrancesca. I've been playing with Paul, I've been knowing Paul, seemed like as long as I've been playing jazz. We played gigs back in the 90s. He's a great player. Louis Nash, he's been on maybe 3 of my records now. He's just one of the greatest players in the history of jazz, and he can make anybody sound good, provided you can sound good yourself. In September and October, we're going to start off at Blues Alley in Washington, D.C., and we're going to make our way up and down the East Coast. So I would say go to paulcarrjazz.com, and you can see all the dates. You can also buy the CD there, as well as Amazon and CD Baby and iTunes. Hopefully you'll be hearing the CD being played on jazz radio near you. This is my 6th recording, and I really hope you check out B3 Sessions, DC, New York. I think you're gonna like it. We certainly had fun recording it in both places. You're gonna hear some nice, lively, enthusiastic music, so I hope you check it out.